Welcome to Yichuan Park. Hello everyone, this is Song. In this video, we'll talk about Zhanzhuang and the progression to learn it. A dog can live up to around 15 years. A tortoise can live up to 150 years or more. A tree can live up to 1,500 years or more. The ancient Chinese came to believe that not moving may be the key to health and longevity. There was a sentence in the book Guanzi, which was written 2,700 years ago, 动则失位，静乃自得, which is probably the Chinese earliest record about not moving is better than moving. The ancient Chinese gradually created a health maintenance methodology by mimicking a tree and named it Zhanzhuang. Chinese traditional martial arts have preserved the origin of Zhanzhuang and developed it as the fundamental part of the martial art system. Different martial arts have different types of Zhanzhuang. I only talk about and teach Yichuan Zhanzhuang on this channel. Yichuan Zhanzhuang has many stances. Different stances have different Yi to train with. All stances are generally divided into two categories based on the type of footstep: parallel step stances and combat step stances. Parallel step stances are generally designed for health purposes. Combat step stances are generally designed for combat purposes. Stances for health and stances for combat are not separate. Parallel step stances with strong Yi can be practiced for combat. Combat step stances with light Yi can be practiced for health. Parallel step stances and combat step stances are connected and progressive. We must start with parallel step stances in the Zhanzhuang practice whether our goal is better health or combat. For the weak and the elderly, you can also practice combat step stances after you get the physical readiness with enough practice of parallel step stances. For those who are so eager to learn combat, especially the young and strong, you must know that mastering parallel step stances are the prerequisite to learning combat step stances. You might ask, how do you tell yourself whether you have mastered anything and are ready for the next? The truth is, I'm not gonna lie to you, you can't really tell yourself about that if you learn Zhanzhuang by yourself. I have created Zhanzhuang drills for beginners. If you practice them one by one, you should be on the right track. Here I'd like to talk about how to learn Zhanzhuang for different people. When you start to learn Zhanzhuang, you should try to stand as long as you can. If you follow my drill videos, you will find out there are 15-minute drills, 30-minute drills, 45-minute drills, and 60-minute drills. If you are too weak to stand or have health problems that you can't stand long, there are sitting style and lying style of Zhanzhuang. If you are weak but not that weak, you can start to stand for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, and so on. Take as much time as you need before practicing longer drills. Believe me, your body will know when you are stronger. When you are stronger, stand longer. For most people, your first goal of Zhanzhuang practice is to be able to stand parallel step stances for 1 hour consistently, and after the 1 hour practice, there is barely any soreness or tiredness or stiffness in your body. When you are reaching this goal, we consider that you have basically mastered parallel step stances at a high level. If your ultimate goal is only better health, you can skip combat step stances and start to learn Shi Li. However, even if you don't like to learn combat, you can also practice combat step stances. If your ultimate goal is combat ability, so to speak self-defense, the next goal is to be able to stand combat step stances for 1 hour consistently with the same feeling described as the first goal. When you are reaching this goal, we consider that you have basically mastered combat step stances at a high level. Then you can move to Shi Li and so on. With my method, Zhanzhuang for 1 hour isn't as scary as it sounds. It's an easy task. Please practice the drills, they will prove my point. After you've basically mastered Zhanzhuang at a high level, always try to practice Zhanzhuang for 30 to 60 minutes every day. Ideally, 1 hour Zhanzhuang a day, at least 5 days a week is the best. 1 hour daily practice of Zhanzhuang will be sufficient to make you healthy, keep you healthy, and let you gain strength gradually for self-defense. Please be reminded that no matter how long you practice a day, less than 3 days a week isn't enough. No matter how many days you practice a week, less than 30 minutes a day isn't enough unless you are weak or elderly. If you are weak or elderly, there is no strict requirement. Try your best. Zhanzhuang is a lifetime practice for health and for self-defense. We get stronger when getting older. Having Zhanzhuang is having all. See you soon in the next video.